All right.
All right, is that too deep?
No, it's not.
The 1 billionth tree.
This 3-year-old red pine represents 1 billion trees that have now been planted as part of the Department of Natural Resources State Forest Nurseries' 80 years of operations. The 1 billionth tree and 24,000 of his friends now call Todd and Glenda Erickson's tree farm about 9 miles northeast of Staples their new home. The Ericksons are glad to represent all tree lovers that help the DNR's nurseries reach this landmark.
It's quite an honor, really.
Honor, a lot of pressure to keep it alive. Hopefully
Yep.
Mother Nature will help us keep these trees going. You know, and I know there's probably a lot that plant way more than what we have and stuff, but you have to love it. I mean, to put the time in it, to plant it, to water, carry buckets of water. You have to be committed, and I'm glad there's so many people that are committed out there.
The Ericksons were presented with a golden shovel and a golden tree spade as part of the ceremony that not only marks the 1 billionth tree, but also 80 years of conservation efforts by the DNR's state nurseries.
Being able to put new trees back on the landscape from a conservation purposes for wildlife habitat benefits. It's just part of who we are as Minnesotans, and being able to get back out into this landscape and give something back to our environment by planting trees. It's a celebration into itself, but being able to do it after 80 years and the planting of 1 billion trees, it's just kind of a neat experience.
About 40 school children helped plant the 1 billionth tree. Many of the adults on hand today say they were once young tree farmers.
You volunteered.
Yeah, I guess so. I've planted trees when I was a young kid, yeah.
In the Sabika, and we still drive around and see those trees now, how well they're growing and stuff. It's just neat to see in that,
Probably from kids, we had been involved in planting trees. The odds are pretty good. And so for those of us who work at the DNR, I guarantee you it was part of our background sometime in our life. We did that as kids.
That seals the root systems in so there's no vacuum there, and then just stomp around it. That fills all the air holes and it should grow now.
Okay, and just like that, we've planted 1,000,000,001, well on our way to the 2 billionth tree, planted on lands that are planted with trees from the State Forest Nursery of the DNR.
With this week's Northwoods Adventure for Lakeland News at 10, I'm Aaron McElhern.